Howdy everybody, Tony back, and I have something that I haven't done in a really long time here. That is a review. I don't know if I can do it. I'm really bad at this, but my good friends over at Hectic Films have always been supportive of my attempts at reviewing, and they sent me over a screener for their new short film. Are you ready for this? Machine Gun Baby. Oh yes. The name of the movie is Machine Gun Baby. In the grand tradition of their former movies, such as Naked Zombie Girl. Yeah, I reviewed that. Go check it out. It was a good short film. So these films that they make are just, the height of absurdity. They're so much fun and just like a kick to watch. They're really the types of things like you put on a few of them. They have a few out and get drunk. I get some friends over and just like have a freaking blast with these movies. So the premise of the movie is pretty basic, as you might expect. There is a late-term abortion clinic headed by Dr. Spurlock, who is just a piece of shit of a human, and a woman comes in to get a abortion, but she's like in her third trimester. She's like weeks away from giving birth, which of course normally you won't get an abortion at that point. But Dr. Spurlock doesn't mind. So that's the premise. And then we have a really cool cameo actually from Brink Stevens. I don't want to say I was surprised to see her in the movie, but I was excited to see her in the movie. She played Dr. Barinka. Dr. Barinka. Then we had George the Giant MacArthur, who was playing Dr. Colossus. I mean, I don't want to give too much away because it is a short film, and you got the premise. You got the title, Machine Gun Baby. Would it surprise you to find out that the aborted baby, I should say, shoots up the place with a machine gun? There's some toxic waste involved in the whole thing, which is really just cool, like 80s, 90s style sort of explanation for why is an aborted baby suddenly talking and stalking his mother who tried to kill him. It's campy. And it's obviously meant to be like a cult schlock movie kind of thing. We got Heather Heather is the mother who aborts the baby, being played by Gin and Tonic, a model, I believe. It starts with kind of like this old-timey narration that reminded me sort of the 50s radio. I think it was meant to sort of sound like, those old shock videos, the Scared Straight videos, like don't smoke marijuana kind of videos, and, blood on the highway, don't speed, kind of scary, Scared Straight sort of videos. I have notes. I don't know if you noticed. I'm looking at a page of notes. I took a bunch of notes because I'm so bad at this. Obviously, listen to me. Just listen to me ramble about this movie. I don't know what I'm doing. My God. The movie's not for the faint of heart. Like, if you are, let's say you're kind of conservative and perhaps pro-life, but this is not the movie for you. Don't watch this movie. There were moments of, like, Kevin Smith in it that Kevin Smith style sort of joking and dialogue, I should say. Really funny stuff. When one of the characters is carrying around a trash bag with an aborted fetus in it and joking about that, then I guess you have a pretty good idea of what to expect in the movie, right? If you're familiar with Hectic Films, or at least know of what company made the movie, there are a couple of little Easter eggs in there as you're watching the movie. There are TVs on screen and what's on those TVs, Ricky Bird or Hectic Films logo, things like that. Pretty cool Easter eggs. There's a mix of CGI and practical effects in there. The CGI is pretty obvious, if I'm being honest. There's like a lot of sparks flying everywhere when there's the shootouts with the machine guns and everything, and bullets hitting and kind of blood spray. All sort of like, it looks like filters and CGI, and the camera shakes a little bit. It looks pretty cool, but it's obvious, it's pretty obvious that it's CGI. But then that's balanced out with a healthy dose of practical effects. So some of the practical effects that they use, they have the baby, the machine gun baby, which is an animatronic puppet kind of thing that looks pretty cool. Freaky as hell, but it looks good. And then they got lots of blood and gore, and of course, dead babies just everywhere. I always thought their practical effects were done really, really well in previous films, and same goes for this movie. Practical effects are on point. The acting over the top, purposefully over the top with just a bunch of ridiculous dialogue and ridiculous situations. Oh man, it's way out there, If you go into a movie, a short film called Machine Gun Baby, expecting it not to be completely absurd, then you don't live in the same reality I do. One of the characters at one point, I wrote this quote down because I thought it was sort of like a commentary on the premise of the film itself. I think it was Dr. Spurlock who said this. He goes, "A baby's gonna try and kill me? You know how fucking stupid that sounds?" And I'm sitting there, I'm like, yeah, I do. It sounds pretty fucking stupid. But it also sounds like a hell of a lot of fun. And it was. I wrote down here lots of silly jokes. There are just a ton of, they really go for it with puns and all kinds of just, like I said, it reminded me a little bit of Kevin Smith dialogue at times. Oh, God. And there's okay, you know what? I don't want to say any more than this, but just know that there are still, even after all of this that I told you, there are still a couple of moments that are going to make you go like, what? My point is, if you want to know more about Machine Gun Baby, please do check the links in the description. Go check out Hectic Films. Go check out my other Hectic Films reviews, which I'll have links to, in the things and on the thong. Blah, blah, blah. And I hope that this rambling mess of a review was something that you could understand and use in order to decide if you want to see this or not. Like I said, get drunk with some friends, play a drinking game for every time a baby talks or something like that, and have fun. It's a good one. All right, everybody. I'll check you later. Breathe deep in the night. Bye.